So then, of the statistical biases, which one do you think we should be most aware of as a society creating the future?
Um, there are, as I've mentioned, many of them. To my mind, the biggest can, as a challenge for the society, can be a confirmation bias, and that's what I was talking about. Because people tend to see what they want to see, and answer what answer on the questions uh, based on what supports their beliefs and their opinions, their ideas. And that's basically the most important bias that we should be aware of. Um, as I've said, the polarization in a society, like the first thing that comes up to my mind every time when I'm thinking about like information bias, because people just read and read and read, and that's the biggest problem with the algorithm, for example, in a Facebook or in Instagram, that they will feed you even more of the stuff you already know and you already like, and you confirm it. That's the thing.
Confirmation bias. So then, um, so the algorithm knows what you interact with. So if you're interacting with content that is leaning a particular way or has a certain bias, the algorithm is going to show you more of that stuff, right?
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. And that's why it's so addictive, because you confirm what you know, what you believe, what you think of a specific topic, and you get more and more and more and more
And
of
you're like,
it.
hey, I'm smart. I'm the smartest. I'm
Exactly. And that's also a biggest problem, like not the biggest, but one of biggest challenges, to understand or to catch up yourself that, whoa, I'm not smart. There are a lot of different opinions and a lot of different concepts and a lot of different people out there, and somehow it's important, at least to try to get like the fuller picture of a situation, or of, of the subject we're talking about.
So how do you think people can kind of like challenge their bias? Not like challenge in this like the way we think about this demonstrative like battle or whatever, but just like how can someone be more open-minded to learning other perspectives or other
Mhm.
philosophies in the world?
Um, to my mind, the first thing would be get and give constructive feedback. The second would be learn about uncomfortable things, and things that don't support your beliefs and don't support something that you already know.
Yeah.
Um, it's very tough. It's very difficult, because on a specific point you don't want to do it. It's unwanted action, like why you have to destroy something that you are comfortable with.
Yeah.
But it's essential to avoid some, not irrationality, but to avoid some bigger issues that can come up without like thinking about um confirmation bias. So yeah, that's I guess three, like two essential things: constructive feedback, and learn a bit more about uncomfortable things that are out there that don't support you.
As a data scientist, do you think that people make decisions more by data or emotions, like rationality or emotions?
Mm, I would say uh, people are irrational, like 90% of the time, and me as well. And I guess it's pretty crucial to think about, to just to remind yourself about this irrationality, that you are irrational. People are emotion driven, not data driven. Like, I mean, there are some of them out there, but like, to my mind, 90% of the people are really emotion driven, and yeah, that's
So you have to have like a
something.
higher order value system within yourself to understand, okay,
Exactly.
pull yourself out of the situation emotionally, look at it rationally, look at data, be objective about the data you're being presented with, and then make a decision that way.
Exactly. As I've mentioned, it shouldn't be like in your everyday life on every step. But if we're talking about some really big, complex questions or topics, it's very important to add some rationality to your judgments. Somehow provide this mechanism of developing this, rational thinking process.
Yeah.
That's and that's what bias can teach you. Like, if you read about it, and if you learn about it a bit more in a statistical way, you can easily transfer it to your everyday life, because bias, it's a pretty statistical concept, but it can be transferred like literally without any problems on your everyday life. As I've mentioned, like, there are plenty of things. Also, it's a big thing, I guess, in psychology and in all natural science, but basically that's a statistical concept.